Hello, my snacks, and welcome back to today's stories. Minecraft, destroying relationships, making Christians happy. Prestigious teacher from prestigious school goes on dirty delete after the internet tries to track her down. A man's creepy confession on r/marriage, and a man clearly in the wrong relationship. But our first story today, to summarize it perfectly, my friend is dating this red-pilled guy who thinks men and women can't be friends. We went ahead and proved him right. Girl in friend group is mad at me and the other guys in the group. Now our friend group is torn and we want to repair things. So it's a friend group consisting of 2 girls and 4 guys. We are all longtime friends from high school. One of the girls started dating this red-pilled guy who believes men and women cannot have a platonic friendship. He said all of us would want to be in her pants the second we had a chance. She wanted to prove him wrong, so she came to us in DMs and said, "Me and my boyfriend got in a fight, and I want to sleep with someone who isn't him." All of us guys fell for it and accepted her request to sleep with her, but who wouldn't? She is very attractive. She basically got super mad at all of us for not keeping our friendship platonic, especially when we knew she was dating someone. She said she can no longer trust guys and that we proved him right. The other girl in our friend group is also mad at us and took her side. Neither of them are really talking to us, and we all just want the friend group to go back to the way it was. No drama like this has ever happened, and we don't know how to go about fixing things. Oh, I'm on 2 sides with this drama. On one hand, you idiots! I mean, a part of you's got to admit to yourself, you didn't see her as a genuine friend. You saw her as someone you were waiting on for an opportunity. But, like on the counterpoint, especially when you're all in your early 20s, it's not surprising to have friends who also at some point while living life, you were just open to the opportunity if it comes by between you both platonically, which is weird. But yes, you can platonically be with friends with someone, but also be keen to just, get your socks off. Also, can we not argue that she kind of is like a police officer who just left a Ferrari out unlocked in the open and then tries to charge someone with curiously going inside it? I can't remember the legal term for what that is. Entrapment, that's it. Like, she didn't just say, "I dumped my boyfriend and want a rebound," or even, "I'm feeling pretty bad right now, can I talk to someone, like one of you guys? Can we have just like a D&M sesh together?" No, she literally offered it to them. Personally, I think there's a very big difference between a male friend, hell, any friend, who accepts a no strings attached offer versus subtly trying to see if that sort of door's open. But it seems I might be too forgiving towards these guys because the comments have a whole other idea, making fun of these guys like, "Oh, wait, what happened? Do you need a friend to talk to? My duck is out and I'm already on my way." Yeah, that's not a friendship. At least not one I want to be a part of. Others argue the point that if this was real, it was basically her in a vulnerable emotional place and you guys were kind of taking advantage of that. Like one says here, "It's worse than that. She didn't say they broke up. She said they had a fight. They were willing to help her cheat on him." There are a few people still somewhat taking the guy's side here. I mean, to a degree. As in, to be fair, this is an adult woman now. Even if she's in a vulnerable place to offer that opportunity to one of her friends, it's her choice to make. They're not pushing her into this. They're just accepting it coming to them. But then, of course, again, is that not just you taking advantage of that? I don't know. What do you think? If this situation actually happened, I know we're getting rather theoretical instead of facing the facts here, but still, like this comment says, if someone got into a rough situation, they make a drastic choice to give you something that you never pried for, but you find valuable of them to give to you, would you happily take it, or would you maybe take a second to think, okay, no. For now though, let's move on. Over to today's screw up with this unique relationship scenario that's actually rather wholesome. Today I screwed up when I introduced my boyfriend to Minecraft. Some background. I have a long-term partner and a boyfriend of over a year. My partner is on the asexual spectrum. We're really good together except for the bedroom. He was never this bad when we started, but his drive got lower and lower till it was a few times a year. This was causing resentment on my end and frustration from constant asking on his end. So, as a solution, we opened the relationship for me. My boyfriend is really nice, and he and my partner have become friends. Boyfriend and I take any opportunity we can to get intimate as we both live with other people. So, either I go to his when his roommate is away, or he comes to mine when I'm alone. Now that brings us back to today, or should I say the past month. For my birthday, I wanted to play Minecraft. Boyfriend doesn't like the game. He made it clear it's not his kind of game, and made it clear He's playing it because of us. We started playing, all three of us. At first, when we'd get alone time and we'd spend it playing Minecraft, I didn't think too much of it. But when I sat there throwing hints, saying everyone will be back in 2 hours, and then playing bedroom songs, he still wasn't moving, I knew I screwed up. My partner had come home by then, and by this point I said, screw it, I'm taking care of myself, and went upstairs. Currently, the two of them are downstairs playing Minecraft, and I've gone back to being in a relationship with my toys. I screwed up, Reddit. I screwed up. There you have it, Christian parents. You want your kids to not fornicate under your household? Get them onto Minecraft. There are so many worse ways a threesome can go wrong. You becoming the third wheel to the two boyfriends Minecraft session is freaking hilarious. Hey, is your name Emma by any chance?
Bish, I'm trying to play Minecraft, shaking my head. You in or nah?
Make me your bitch.
Okay, Emma, listen up. If you don't play the craft, you can't get the shaft. Yes, it truly is beautiful how this man, totally keen on having this great relationship dynamic by joining yours, ends up finding more fulfillment with the asexual partner. See, boys, sometimes a good relationship isn't always about getting your little willy wet. This post is just a day old, but we've already got a little edit of an update of sorts, which is again more wholesomeness. 1. The post has made my partner's morning, and he enjoyed reading the comments. I will show my boyfriend when he wakes up. 2. I should invest in a good villager outfit and throw potatoes or carrots or bread at them. Joking aside, they both said what some of you said. To be direct,
Touch my butt.
now. My partner asked if I need a third guy. I mean, could you imagine if I got a third and all three of them sat down playing Minecraft? I should just join a monastery. Partner said I should just build it on Minecraft. They are awesome, amazing men, and I am so lucky to have them in my life. This whole weird thing only works because of how respectful and supportive they are of each other. Alright, that's enough of the wholesome stories. Back to the horrible ones. Moving over to Am I the Devil? With a post that began 2 days ago and eventually deleted because this person doesn't like the fact that no one's on their side. Am I the a-hole for trying to get a coworker fired for leaked nudes? I work at a prestigious all-girls school in Wilmington, DE, where even the students get disciplined for the smallest infractions or even the appearance of moral improprieties. Straight up, the fact she's willing, well, they don't even, not sure what the gender is actually. The fact they're highlighting their, location roughly, to me is already a subtle attempt for them to try and get this trending on the internet and expose them through this way. Like, oh, I merely just posted an anonymous story online. I didn't give out any personal information. You can't attack me for it. Anyway, it's the standard that was set forth when the school was founded and that we uphold. A few months ago, a new first-year staff member had her nudes leaked and sent to all the staff of the school, including a picture of her performing an act on a man in an office and another of her performing bondage acts. Why are you disgusted at her and not the person? Okay. The administration told us that she would not be facing any consequences as it wasn't consensual that it was shared, but I've been trying to appeal to administration and our board for months to fire her, as we should expect our staff to also avoid the appearance of impropriety, since we hold the students to that standard as well. Am I the a-hole? So based on your behavior, what is this moral standard you have exactly? When your friend is kicked in the nuts, do you walk up to them as they're limp on the ground, slap them in the face, spit in their face, and steal their wallet? What are you? This woman's a victim of revenge porn, and why are you trying to attack her? Just because you don't feel sexy in your selfies. I mean, you can't go after other people just because they look good in theirs. But I'm pretty sure this comment chain is what caused them to dirty delete, as oh my gosh, if people aren't willing to nuke someone's career if they become enough of an a-hole on the internet. Well, yeah, Yata. Sending around someone's nudes without their permission is actually called revenge porn, and it's a literal crime in most places. Instead of being sympathetic to the traumatic and embarrassing situation your coworker was put in without their consent, you're trying to hurt them even more for some made-up old-ass standards of purity or whatever. Honestly, you better hope that I can't find out what school this is from some Googling searching, because if I do, I'll be sending them this Reddit post and petitioning them to get you fired instead.
Yeah, do it.
Update, I already am. Edit, narrowed it down to 5 possibilities. We'll be emailing them all. Yeah, bet you regret bringing up the fact you're in a prestigious all-girls school in Wilmington now, don't you? You're my hero. Oh, well then I'm happy to report that I narrowed it down to 2 and emailed them both. Oh man, I really hope there is some update in the next day or so, because that would just be so satisfying to get some update post being, "You all ruined my life for me trying to ruin someone else's life." Over to another Today I Screwed Up. Today I screwed up by watching and participating in an Old Flames YouTube live stream. 2 years ago, I was a regular on a small YouTube channel with a cult following. The number of subscribers were merely a few thousand, but her fans were extremely loyal and very much into her content. I started posting some comments on her videos, and we got to chatting in the comments section. She then told me to message her business Facebook. We chatted every now and again on her business Facebook over the next 2 months, and then we became long-distance boyfriend and girlfriend. When I say long-distance, though, I mean freaking long distance. Like halfway around the world long distance. We were crazy for each other for a long time, and this was my first and still currently only relationship. However, it was not to last. The distance made it tough. Both our circumstances meant meeting couldn't happen. She was denied entry to my country in an act of what I can only call racism, and I had just lost my job and had my plan B job fall through, meaning I could not afford to fly to her country. I also have caring responsibilities, so I can't suddenly go off halfway around the world. Over the period of several months, we both knew we couldn't meet, and interest dwindled slowly. What was once a roaring fire was now just a dying red glowing ember, and even that red glow was fading. It was awful. Eventually, neither of us were replying to each other's messages anymore. The end was an unceremonious as it could have possibly been. There was no goodbye, there was no closure. I tried to call her, as I had done a few times over the last few days. I told myself, if she ignores this one, I won't message again. And she did, and I didn't. This was 9 months ago, and I did not message her again. Once my first relationship and madly in love, now just one of the many buried messenger contacts from the past. For a while, I watched her videos when they came, but eventually stopped as I knew I needed to move on from her. It just screwed me up how it ended with no closure whatsoever. So eventually, I stopped watching her content completely. But yesterday, YouTube decided to play tricks and recommend me a video of hers again. Out of morbid curiosity, I did click on it, and I saw that she had a scheduled live stream starting in 2 hours as she had hit a subscriber milestone. I joined the live stream. I wrote in chat. She even acknowledged some of my comments, but acted completely as if we were never in a relationship. Joining this live stream was a bad decision. I freaking miss her all over again with the intensity that I did when I first knew it was over, and the days of silence stretched into weeks and eventually into months. I missed her like crazy, but eventually moved past her and accepted that it was not meant to be, and closure would have been nice, but it wasn't needed, and now I miss her like mad all over again. I know nothing can or will ever happen between us now, and I am still not going to message her again, but damn, this really screwed me up. See, this is why it's valid to think YouTube is the devil. Also, look, I don't want to get too conspiratorial here, but like, were you the only guy she was messaging about having some close relationship with online and long distance? I don't know, man. It just if you were buying any gifts for her online, that's a red flag. But hey, look, I might be just being a bit pessimistic about their lifestyle. But some valid comments. You didn't screw up. Your first relationship, love, crush, whatever, always screws everyone up. It hurts, man, but I can promise you the sun shines again. Take care of yourself. You're gonna be okay. There was another comment points down here. I mean, look, it's possible she didn't act like you were in a relationship because you have never met, and your definition of girlfriend is super stretchy. I mean, did you ever even have a discussion about being an actual relationship? Or was it more so just like a long-distance flirty banter of sorts? Again, this ends up us just getting a bit conspiratorial because it's not like the information's there for us to really go off of, but it's possible you more so developed a parasocial relationship than anything. That, or she definitely just used you for the attention, and now that she's no longer interested in you, yeah, you're just another number on her subscriber chart. Unlike the other YouTubers on this internet too. Read every single comment people post, but also get too mentally exhausted to reply to every single one of them. But do appreciate those comments, even though it doesn't seem like they're always here on the internet. I mean, they assure you they're around and watching and appreciating you. You smexy buttheads, you. Back to some devils. This one began in r/marriage a day ago, only to be deleted shortly after. Some people don't even think it's legit. Would you leave your husband if he told you this? I'm a 36 male and have been married to my wife, 41 female, for 8 years now. We have 2 kids. I have been keeping a shameful secret all this time, and I am unsure if it would be wise to even tell her, or should I just shut up about it? My parents owned a bed and breakfast lodge many years ago. It had only 4 rooms. I was around 20 20 at that time and was helping my parents run that place. My wife was married to another man at that time, and they were both hunters. They would come and stay in our lodge and then go and hunt. My mother had tried to hang a painting in one of the rooms, but was not successful. It fell and left a nail hole that opened up on the other side of the wall. There was only a washing machine on the other side and nothing else. When my wife and her ex would sign in, I would give them that room. Then when they came back from the hunt, they would be intimate and I would look through that hole. It was opening right on the bed and she would ride him so close to me that I felt like I was the third person in the bed. Oh god. If the wall was not there, I'd be able to reach out and grab her. Once they would leave, I would lay on the bed, think about them, and just play with myself.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, this is getting into some interesting territory.
Before you judge me for being a creep, I was 20, hormonal, and there was no internet, and this was live content for me.
I imagined her a million times, exactly the way her ex would. Now, some say this is fake because of the idea that, like, wow, there's no internet in what was probably, 2007? But to be fair, this is a bed and a breakfast in a place where people go hunting, so I'd imagine it's somewhere where internet access isn't exactly at its prime capabilities. The ex was abusive with an alcohol problem. There was domestic violence, not in the lodge, but in their own lives away from us. Then he started coming on his own. I would never give him the same room. When I found out she was single, I connected to her through someone at her church. She was financially struggling at the time and also feeling kicked out and rejected. When I asked her out, she accepted. Then there's another paragraph, which again is just, bro, you don't need to let us know this sort of detail. At this point, it is just sounding like some weird person's fantasy writing Wattpad story. Just say she was hesitant to get married at first, so you did eventually, and that's great. Okay, moving on. All this time, I never told her that I used to watch her ride her ex. I wanted to steal her from that son of a bitch, and I did. As I grew older, I became extremely bothered and ashamed of it though. I have denied that even to myself, except for when we go to bed. Then I become the same 20-year-old in his dream. I am wondering if I should tell her this. I do not know how she would feel. I want to ask all the women, how would you feel if you were her? Would it matter now? If your current husband told you that he watched you in private moments when he was 20, would you be upset and leave him? Or laugh it out together? I think we have a great marriage. I would not want to mess it up. Still, keeping secrets does not feel good, so I ask, how would you feel if your husband opened up to you about this? Most important question, has Wattpad shut down? Some do question the legitimacy of this nail-sized hole in the wall. Like, if it's big enough to see them, it should have been big enough for her to see the laundry room. Oh, and the room was never booked for another customer when they booked? Well, there's always vacancy at the Master Bates Motel. Yeah, he should totally tell his wife, in his imagination, since that's the only place she exists. Funnily enough, from someone who actually is apparently a female on the internet.
Impossible.
35-year-old female here. I would think it was hot, but I'm also screwed up. My husband is a lucky son of a bee for sure. You probably shouldn't listen to my advice. The strongest argument towards how this is disgusting is the fact that this is in a way you violating her. Sure, maybe you weren't as domestically abusive as her ex, but you were invading her privacy before you even met her, like, on equal level. For a lot of women, intimacy is a very private moment to be in. As a guy, you have to compare to the idea of, like, how you behave in your private moments that if someone highlighted to you or pointed out, you'd probably feel a bit ashamed or embarrassed about, even if it wasn't life-threatening. Either way, if a woman approached you and said, hey, I found it so hot, the sounds you make when you poop on the toilet, like, unless you're a very desperate man, you're kind of gonna have second thoughts about dating that woman. But what's your thoughts here? You think that he's worthy of being considered hot for always desiring her, that she was always the prize in his eyes, or is this a creepy case of stalker situation? Let me know your thoughts. Now over to Am I the A-hole? With a story from a few days ago. Am I the a-hole for not inviting my girlfriend as my +1 to my sister's wedding? Who do you think he invites instead? My girlfriend, 29 female, and I, 23 male, met on Tinder over a year ago. It was casual at first, but then we officially started dating. She has a 9-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. Our relationship is great, though I'm busy with college and she's busy with the kids and work sometimes, so we can't see each other that much. But we make up the lost time whenever we can. She has met my family before. It was for Christmas. I also met her family over New Year's Eve. We'll go straight to the point. My sister, 26 female, is getting married next Saturday. She said that I can bring my girlfriend and the kids kids if I want to, since my sister loves kids and she loves my girlfriend's kids, but I told her I wasn't sure about inviting her and the kids because it's too soon for that. She understood and told me I can do whatever I want, but if I want to invite them, it's fine with her and her fiance. Now, okay, that's fine. If you personally feel that's a bit too forward in your relationship where it's at right now, that's fine. Could have just left it there. But no, he does this. Time went by, and honestly, I haven't changed my mind about it. My reasons to not inviting them is that I know I will have to look after the kids too, and honestly, I just want to have fun at the wedding. Also, we have only been dating for a couple of months, so it's kind of weird to take her as my +1 to a wedding. She's always nagging me when I drink alcohol, so I want to avoid that if possible. I don't plan on getting wasted at my sister's wedding, but I do think I'll drink a bit, and maybe after the wedding, I'll go out with friends or something. We're still thinking about that. So as I'm possibly gonna go out with friends afterwards, I thought I'd invite my friend, 23 female, who's been my friend for a long time, to come to the wedding, and we can hang out later with some other friends. Some of my friends are invited to the wedding too, as they're friends of the family at this point. Doesn't sound that big of a deal, right? We'll read on. Trust me, it's a big deal. So when I told this to my girlfriend, she went nuts. She got very angry and told me that I'm just playing with her because I don't consider her important enough to invite her to the wedding with me. Since I told her this, she's been nagging me about taking her to the wedding, kind of like an ultimatum, and as I told her yesterday that my plans haven't changed, she's been giving me the cold shoulder now. Okay, so what makes this absolutely terrible, beyond the point of this person just not wanting the responsibility of kids, yet is getting into a relationship with kids? Dude, you're 23. Honestly, I don't think this relationship is the one for you. Maybe in another 5 years or something, but at this point it doesn't seem to be that you're not ready for this level of the relationship, and more so you just don't want this at all. But anyway, who's this friend? Well, in the edit. Well, since everyone is telling me I should have included it in the post, here it goes. My friend is also my ex. We dated for a while a couple of years ago. My girlfriend doesn't like my friend, but I feel like she should trust me that I won't do anything, since I always trust her when she goes out with her ex without the kids, and she won't even tell me where they are going or what they will do. She always tells me I don't need to know that, or I should just trust her, so I keep quiet and trust her. Then why is now different? She should trust me too, and at least I told her what my plans are. She doesn't tell me anything. Wow, what a great relationship dynamic to have and not bring up earlier. Yeah, wow. That along with not really wanting to look after the kids at social events. This relationship is on a road to nowhere. Some argue though in the comments, I don't believe that part about his girlfriend being vague and mysterious and going out with her ex. I think it was added to justify his plan. Yeah, 10-1, he has previously gotten jealous of the time his ex spends co-parenting their kids and demanded unnecessary details from her. Now he's misrepresenting being rightfully told to back off and pulling this wedding stunt to get back at her for it. I hope his girlfriend will realize she doesn't have time for this immature posturing and dumb, childish butt. Others would go to suspect that he just wants to get drunk and have a fling with his ex, but let's be honest, it could also just be a very innocent case if he just wants to hang with his friends and get wasted without being nagged. Which again, not to say that he's right to accuse her of nagging. I mean, she's 29 and has kids. Of course she's going to want a partner who is a bit more responsible with their alcohol consumption, but then also, dude, you're 23. Drinking alcohol in general isn't really a good habit to have, but I mean, just, you're both in different places. Why are you together? I'm sorry. Yeah, overall, it just doesn't seem like a good fit for either of them. I think they should leave.
Well, that is the end of today's video. Thank you as always for watching. Remember to drink water that's healthy for you and stuff. Love your face, and see you next time. Bye-bye.